What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me.
So I'm just going to start by saying, I don't know if you know this. You probably don't. I don't know why I would say, I don't know if you know this. But I first got put onto your record, the Misery EP, right? Mm-hmm. Earlier this year, right around the time that my dog died.
Damn.
And it became like my fucking... It became my like my consolation album. Like it was my like depressed teenage sad boy album for like 2 months straight or something. You
That's
know?
heavy, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's like just a great album to like really mourn something, whether
Right.
it be a relationship, whether it be the loss of a pet. I don't know. Like it's just a good sad album, you know. So let's talk about the Misery EP while we have you here.
For sure.
Were you sad making it? Are you just generally a sad person? What's going on?
I guess generally, yeah, that's the better answer. I don't know. I don't think I was like particularly sad making it.
Yeah.
Like, Ned would just send me beats and like I would just like write whatever.
They would speak to you and that's the way they came out.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to I like writing better. Like taking like a week to like walk around and like listen to shit rather than like just on the spot recording shit.
Of course.
Like Ned be trying to press me to record on the spot all the time.
Yeah, sometimes he needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But for that tape, like especially, I was like, I want to everything to like have a bit of time while I'm like actually write it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and then record it and then like fuck with it. So it just came out the way like. I love that tape. Like it's my favorite piece yet.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people ask me, oh, what are your favorite tapes of the year? And I'm like, that and then the new Valet joint. Like those are my two.
Hell yeah.
This year, those are like my two tapes for sure. Those will stick out to me in the annals of history. I look back at 2018 and the Misery EP.
Yeah, fucking Lil Ugly Man keeps like we just had a show in Philly.
Yeah.
Like I guess at the beginning of the month, and the shit was sold out. It was fire, but he just like kept being like, oh. This like Misery is my favorite tape of 2018.
Yeah, it's so good.
Which is crazy.
It's so good,
man.
man.
I mean, I'm like an Ugly Man stan. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about like where you come from. Are you born and bred in Philly?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you end up in Philly? Like your parents are born here as well? You got generations?
My dad is from like Southwest Philly, and my mom is from Ireland.
Yeah.
And then she moved here, when she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
And then she's been here for a minute, but yeah, I grew up.
So she's like straight up Irish. Like
yeah, she still got the accent.
Good at cooking potatoes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes a fire roast. That's what you call it.
I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, roasties?
Roast, like it's like
the pork or whatever? No.
It's like chicken with
okay.
stuffing and mashed potatoes. And
Okay,
shit.
yeah.
Fire ass dinner.
Nice.
If you're in the UK, you gotta go get a roast.
Yeah. So Southwest Philly, is that where you grew up?
No, I grew up in Northeast.
Okay. And what's the difference between those two neighborhoods, would you say?
I mean, well, my dad's from Southwest, but I think Southwest even back then is like a different area than it even is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Philly's always changing and shit.
Yeah.
And but Northeast is sick. It was cool. I'm glad I grew up in the city. You know.
Is it kind of suburban?
It's like closer to the suburbs.
Okay.
It's like not downtown. It would take like 20 minutes on a train.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
25 minutes on a train.
Yeah. Right.
But it's still a part of Philadelphia. You know,
Yeah.
it's not the suburbs.
Yeah. What is it like living in Philadelphia? This isn't like this isn't a city that you hear a lot of, everybody's in like LA and New York and wherever. And like, you never hear like artists coming out of Philadelphia that often. So like, I don't know. What's it like growing up here? Is there a big creative scene?
Yeah, there is. I think that like, it kind of was slept on for a minute, but I feel like there's hella people out of Philly now though. Like
there's a big movement going on, like working on Dying, which is who kind of brought you into the game. It seems like to an extent.
I started working with them heavy.
Yeah.
They're the homies forever. But there's like Mesh, like Meek, Uzi, fucking Beanie, Stay Prop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tierra Whack is like killing it right
Tierra
now.
Whack is amazing.
She's so fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was always in like to the emo scene though, like when I was younger anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like in the emo world and like, but I've always been listening to rap and everything. So
were you doing singer-songwriter stuff in the emo world before you kind of cross over into the soul singing stuff that
I was doing like when I was younger, I would be like in emo bands, and then like 2012-ish to like 2015, I was in this like kind of like a band, like an R&B-ish band called Worshipper, and it's fire, but like we just, you know, it's just like hard to get people together and shit.
Yeah, I mean, particularly when it's a group dynamic, it's hard to maintain the relationships.
Of us, so everyone was working and everyone's doing this shit, and then I just like, that's like when I went through working on Dying, and I was like, this is just so easy to like record a
you
track.
and a beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
right.
I kind of just went in that direction.
Totally. So were you always in bands as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting at what age? Well, like when did you realize you could sing?
Oh shit! Not till like
recently.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I never sang.
What were you doing before? Guitar?
I'll play keyboards.
Oh, keys.
Produce. I can play like most. Like I can play like drums shitty, but like guitar I can play. Like keyboards is like my main instrument.
You just pick it up and figure it out, kind of.
Yeah. It's just like how it. I don't know how. I've been with instruments. But
so were you in band as a kid, or did you take piano lessons as a kid or something?
No, I just like I took like guitar lessons when I was like 10.
Yeah, right.
And then I was like in high school and all that. I was in like hardcore emo bands or whatever.
Yeah. Who were your bands growing up? Like, what are the emo bands? Because that shit is like coming back huge now.
I don't even know. It's like hard to name, like, because I feel like I like so much different shit. Like, I guess first that comes to mind is like Census Fell from First to Last, but then I like loved like Kid Dynamite and like Comeback Kid and like Ink and Dagger. That's a OG Philly like sick ass band.
Yeah,
you ever hear them?
No.
They're sick. You should check them out.
Okay.
They have like
Ink and Dagger.
Yeah, Ink and Dagger. They're they like Eric Wareheim.
Oh yeah.
He used to play bass in them back in.
Oh, from Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
No shit.
And they like.
I didn't even know he was a Philly guy.
He went to college in Philly.
Oh, okay.
And they had like this whole like vampire aesthetic. They're so good.
Yeah. No shit. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
What was childhood like for you? Good family or like broken family? Like
no,
it was cool.
Yeah, good. Everything was good.
Were you a normal kid? Played sports and shit?
Nah. Yeah. I was just the emo.
emo.
The scene kid.
Yeah, scene kid. Did you used to have like the bangs and all that stuff? MySpace shit?
Yeah, you should see my for some reason in my high school they made us take our graduation picture when we were like 16.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I had like the straight up like you can only see like one eye. My mom was like, "Can you please get this shit redone?" And I was like, "Nah." Nope. I just like came back from like the Bamboozle Festival.
Yeah.
Which is like a huge East Coast emo fest, like Chiodos and like Saves the Day and like shit.
Oh yeah.
So I was there all weekend and then like got dropped off at school after the festival.
Yeah.
On Monday morning. Just gross ass.
Yeah, just still smelling like festival beer and cigarettes probably.
But it was lit.
Yeah.
But it's like hanging up in their house. It's pretty funny.
Did you have plans after high school? Like did you go to college and all that stuff?
Yeah, I did, but like it took me forever. It took me forever. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
I was just playing music for real.
Right.
And trying to figure it out.
I like that kind of story of like figuring out perhaps your like most shining talent a little later in your early adulthood. So like in that time before you knew what your talents were or where they lied, like what were you doing? Were just shit jobs and
just working.
Yeah. What kind of jobs did you have?
Just shit. I worked like Whole Foods for a while.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's trash.
Yeah, of course. Jobs are terrible.
Yeah, just like random jobs. I worked like a car wash when I was young. That was sick though.
Yeah.
Because we could just like smoke blunts and just chill.
Yeah. Did you have
try cars and shit?
Did you have big dreams of getting out of Philadelphia ever? Or did you just like this home?
No, I love Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I never like I moved to I went to England because I have like dual citizenship.
Oh no.
Because my mom.
Yeah, because your mom.
And I went to London for like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
And just chilled and like I have family there. My cousin lives there.
Okay. How was it?
It was sick.
Yeah.
I love it there. Like me and Ned and Fantasy Camp.
Yeah.
We were just there. I guess like.
You guys had some shows and stuff.
We had one show and we were doing like songwriting sessions. And
shit. I might have gotten to hear a song or two because I'm like a cool person. It sounds very good, but I won't give any spoiler alerts out. Yeah. So London fits your vibe.
Yeah.
You look like London. You could live in London. I don't know. I would see you walking around like, oh, there's a fucking London chap.
That's fire.
So, okay. How do you meet the Working on Dying fellas? Like, how do they find out, like, oh, this fool actually can sing?
They came to a show, like, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like, this, my friend Ant and Joe used to do this shit called a 3 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, like, 3 different X for $3, which is sick.
Yeah.
And it's, like, in this, like, little spot in Philly. And, it was, like, I forget, it was me, Creep, who's, like, a sick Philly rapper, and I forget who else. But, yeah, Filthy and the Lucy Man were at that show.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the show, they were just like, they saw Worshipper play.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yo, like, we got to work, blah, blah, blah.
Because you were producing for them.
Yeah, but I wasn't really singing.
Yeah.
I was just, like, playing keys and samples and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But I was the one that, like, kept in touch with them.
Yeah.
And then the one day, they're like, yo, we're putting out this tape, Working on Dying 2. Like, we want you to be on it, but I don't know. I was like kind of.
Did you just say we want yous to be on it?
Yeah.
Is that some Philly shit? I love that.
I guess so.
I've been hearing some great accents since I've been here. I love it.
Yous. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So we're putting out a tape and we want you to be on it.
Yeah, yeah. They were just like, we want like y'all and yous.
Yeah.
To be on it, and I was the one that kind of like was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the studio. Like,
you're gonna pursue that.
Yeah,
angle,
and that was like the first time I low key like actually sang on a track, like in a studio. That was like I guess like 2014.
No
15.
shit.
Yeah, like I like went and I like never ever did shit like that before, and they just like had a beat and they're like, you should just write a song to this, and I was like, all right.
And they didn't even know you could sing. They're just like
no, they just like yeah, they were just like, I know you don't sing in the group, but like you can sing, right? And I'm like, I mean, I was like singing. But like not, I would sing in like my bedroom.
Well, because that's the funny thing is like low-key, you have the voice of an angel. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a really good voice, and it surprises me that you like never figured that out before.
No, I just never sang really.
Yeah. So
I would like write lyrics and melodies for like the group I was in, but I wasn't never the.
That's
like
so,
like the two other people were like the singers. I was just chilling.
That's so wild to me. So that first song you make, was it like this moment where the heavens opened up and the light shone down on you and like, oh, this is it?
Not even. It was just like, because I was like working on a project under the name Zubin.
Yeah.
Like while they hit me up, and then when they hit me up, it was just like, after we recorded the song Filthy, it was like we gotta keep doing this shit, like, you know, blah blah blah, like, and then I would just be in the studio. After that, I was just there all the time. Like, and it just like, then I was like, all right, this is like what I should be doing, I guess.
Yeah, right. So, how many did you put out tapes prior to Misery?
I put out a tape called Zubin. It was like a self-titled tape in like 2015.
How many tracks? Like 5
or 6 or something.
Is it easy to find? Is it still on SoundCloud?
Yeah, it's on SoundCloud.
Okay.
If you hit like playlist or something, it will come right up.
Okay, yeah.
I put out that. I put out. Actually, honestly, it was like that. Then like working on Dying 2, I had like 4 songs on.
Yeah.
Then probably nothing until I would just drop like random songs, but not an actual project until Ned hit me up like.
Right, and so
let's do this tape, blah blah blah. So.
Ned is someone that I've probably brought up on, if not on this podcast, on my other podcasts, I've had him on a million times. So like, if those of you who follow my work, you know who Ned is. Ned is kind of like this ultimate ear guy behind the guy, scene dude / production all around kind of genius fella, and he's very early on finding people and recognizing talent, oftentimes before the talent even recognizes it in themselves.
I think that's like
right,
perfectly like me and him, like he was hit me up like a year ago, like we're gonna do a tape. Like a year ago I was like not even taking it that seriously, I guess. I was like doing it, but I would just like do it wasn't my priority, you know what I mean? And then Ned was like, no, we're gonna do this tape. And
so tell me about that. Like, did you guys have an instant bond? Could you sense some amount of trust in him, or like what was it that drew you guys to each other?
We met a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2016. He came to Philly because he's from East Coast somewhere. New Hampshire?
I want to say Connecticut.
Yeah.
What is it, Ned?
What?
Where are you from?
Canada. New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, Canada.
Well, he's from Canada, but
he's from New England. We'll say.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so, whatever. We met at the Working on Dying studio.
Yeah.
And that's like when I was there, like all the time, and we just like immediately recorded a track.
Yeah.
He rapped on it, and I just sang on it. And it was on an Oogie Mane beat.
Oh, the very rare Ned raps.
Yeah, very, very rare track.
Yeah.
And then we went to Onyx that night, which is like a legendary Philly strip club.
Oh, how's that?
It was turned. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
I mean, so it seems as though not only do you guys have a creative chemistry, but you guys kind of like to party in the same way as well. Like you guys can have fun and be bros.
Yeah, like for sure.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite people.
So tell me about working with somebody like that. Is he kind of on your, you said you wanted to take your time and he's kind of like, let's go.
I mean, just sometimes.
Yeah.
Like he has this new beat and I'm like honored that he even gave it to me. It's like him and Clams Casino.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, you fucking record that song yet? And I'm like,
yeah.
bro, I need to think about this song. You know what I mean? That's
Well,
a
just
big
knowing
deal.
Ned, as long as I've known him, I know that him working with Clams is a big deal.
Yeah,
and so like I
exactly.
understand why you're saying like that's a big deal that he gave it to you. That puts a lot of trust in something that he's probably very passionate
Yeah.
about.
Also, I mean, I
Huge
love
Clams,
Clams. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I produce too, so like I fucking like Clams beats are insane.
Yeah, Clam's probably one of the most influential producers when it comes to the SoundCloud wave.
For
like,
sure.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, he's so fire.
Legendary.
So I've been writing to it slowly, but
Yeah. Are you still kind of like learning your own voice and your own capabilities as a singer since it's still relatively new to you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like I've like hated playing shows until I went on tour with Wicca Phase.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I don't know. I just like didn't have confidence in it.
Yeah.
But now like I love it.
Well, yeah, because it takes a while to kind of get your chops up.
Yeah,
It takes
it probably
a while.
took me like 6 months to be like, oh, this is like fun as fuck.
Yeah, right.
Like now, like I don't really get nervous about it. It's just like
Do you trust your voice? Like, do you sing without a backing track, or do you sing?
I make live mixes. So
Okay.
like, cause I like doing like hella harmonies and shit.
Yeah.
So like I'll do like for example, the one song like IDGWT on the Misery tape.
Yeah.
Like I'll keep all the like in that hook there's like hella like like a
Yeah.
choir,
Spread
basically
out.
a choir.
Yeah.
So I like leave that in there and then I'll just take out the main vocal and I'll sing the main vocal, you know?
Yeah.
But
That's-
it sucks because like some songs you like lose the files for like Overdose. That's like a me and Wicca Phase and Ned Arp song.
Yeah.
And like all the files from that are lost. So like I just like karaoke. Like I just sing over me singing.
That's like such an ongoing struggle in the digital age. Is like
yeah, it's like
keeping
you
the
just
tracks.
lose shit eventually.
All the time. Computer crashes or like you lose a thumb
That's what
drive.
happened. My homie, actually, my main engineer, which is sick, is Nick Coletti. Do you?
Yeah, I've known Nicolay.
don't
I mean, I don't know him, but I know who he is.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Fucking Vine.
Yeah, of course.
star.
Vine celebrity. Yeah,
But
hilarious guy.
He's like, yeah, so funny and like honestly.
He went to engineering school. Yeah, is that where he started off or something? Like I know that he
I
has a
don't
background
know.
in engineering.
I don't know what his background is.
Yeah. Oh, he taught
yeah,
himself.
I think he just
Okay.
like low key just has like homies that
No
just
shit.
show him shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember he was like, when he was mixing the Misery tape, like he
Yeah.
mixes like all my shit,
Yeah.
and I'm like lucky, cause he fucking is good as shit at it.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
And he was mixing the Misery tape with like somebody that like worked on like Single Ladies or some shit.
Oh,
like, with
really?
By Beyond. Yeah,
Yeah,
like some
yeah, yeah.
homie of his that's like an engineer,
Yeah.
and that like just shows him the ropes, and
That's tight.
he's good as fuck though.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, what are your aspirations with this? I wonder, because I feel like it seems like you just fell into it. Like you just Forrest Gumped your way into being this great singer.
I don't know. I've been doing music forever, so it's weird for it to like finally be like,
Finally coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just want to like fucking like I'm going on tour with Ghostman in November.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Shout out Eric. That's the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric's the man.
Where are you guys going?
I'm doing like he's going on tour for like 2 months, but I'm doing like a leg of it.
Okay.
Probably
Yeah.
like 11 shows or something.
Yeah.
Pretty much West Coast.
It's interesting what a wide range of influences the kind of SoundCloud rap scene has right now. Where
Yeah.
like
I think it confuses people.
Yeah, Ghost is so aggressive and kind of like has this real metal edge to him, and you are kind of much gentler, much more.
Right.
I mean, it's like totally different wavelengths, but at the same time, like you guys' aesthetic fits on tour, and you guys probably have a huge crossover of fans.
I think so. Like
Yeah.
we're like I didn't know how people would like react to that tour being announced, but like hella people are hyped. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good. Also like Vane's on that tour. Have you listened to Vane yet? They're like my favorite band right now.
Really?
Yeah, I got the Vane shirt on.
Oh, nice.
They're like so sick. They're like
That looks like a
fucking-
Slipknot shirt or something.
Bro, they like remind me of like I don't know. It's like Poison the Well. Do you
Okay.
remember them?
No.
Fuck.
I'm a rap dude. Like,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
like heavy rap dude. Yeah.
Just like sick. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
They have like sort of electronic influences in their track.
Yeah, right.
But it's like straight up like thrashy.
Thrash, yeah.
It's
Okay.
fire as fuck.
Nice. That'll be an interesting
so like
tour.
that's why I think artists like Ghost is sick because like Vane can open the show for
Yeah.
a week and then like I'll open the show for a week
Mhm.
and like it still works. You know what I mean?
Totally. It seems like there's a really just there's like just a really well-formed scene going on that you've kind of been adopted into with GBC, and you talk about Wicca Phase and
Yeah.
all these dudes that are kind of doing what the homie Adam from Him on Everything has dubbed like post emo, which I like that phrase. Kind of,
I think it works.
That's a good phrase.
Yeah.
I like it better than emo rap or emo trap. Like I don't like that.
Like emo rap.
It's where it's this thing where it's a generation of kids that grew up on the internet. So like, yeah, you loved emo, but you also like rap music, and you can combine the influences of both of them to kind of come up with something genre defying in a sense. And it seems like perhaps we're in the golden age of that scene right now, and you're a big part of that. And does it feel like you've met a lot of kindred spirits?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how is that camaraderie? You guys all get along?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, dude, like I'm, like I don't know. I used to like watch, like fucking Pete, Cold Heart, all GBC.
Yeah.
Horsehead, everyone, like Wicked Face, everyone's shit like forever ago, and be like really into it. And it's just weird to like Tracy, like and shit. Like, I fucking love all of them. Yeah. So it's cool to like, they're just homies now,
Yeah, right. You just got brought into it.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me to hear you say like, yeah, I've been listening to them for forever ago, because I remember like when Ned showed me like Horsehead's first song they ever did, and it feels like yesterday. You know what I mean? Because I'm old as fuck, and so. I don't know. It's funny that like all these dudes who like 5 years ago I was like, oh, those are like the little homies that I give beers to at the show. Like they're all blown up now. It's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all killing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So what's next?
I have a tape with Fantasy Camp coming out. One tape that is like a couple different producers, mostly Ned. Mm-hmm. That's like the Ned and Clams one. Mm-hmm. That'll be on there. It's just gonna be like I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but that's like just a Zubin tape.
Yeah.
And I'll have a couple cool features. I have like Alice Glass on it.
Oh yeah.
Which is fucking cool.
That's sick.
I love her. She's so good. I've been like so into her music forever.
Right.
And a bunch of features like Slug Christ is on it.
Oh cool. Tell me about Fantasy Camp, because you mentioned him in an email. I'm not super familiar, but I like vaguely know about him.
Right.
Yeah. Is he more? He's like in front of he's not a producer. He's a artist
he's
or like singer.
He
right?
started as a producer.
Yeah. Okay.
Like years ago. He's young. He just turned 22.
Oh okay.
He started as a producer when he was like 15, 16, sending shit to Wicked Phase.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of like how I got to know him. And then now he's like just as of like a year ago, just like started singing and shit.
Yeah, and so you guys are working on a project
together? we put out I guess before the fucking Misery tape, I put out a split with him. It was me and him.
Oh, okay.
Like a Fantasy Camp and Zubin tape.
Okay.
So that was it's called Another Heart to Break, and then we have another project. We're gonna drop like Another Heart to Break 2 or something. I don't know
right.
We're gonna call it yet.
Okay, righteous.
But he's fire. He's like it's incredible producer, incredible songwriter.
Yeah,
his voice is great.
So if you're a fan of Zubin, you might be a fan of Fantasy Camp as well.
Yeah,
so
you would fuck with him.
Yeah, totally. Tell me about Misery Club. You guys kind of formed like a super group of sorts.
Yeah. So we just like my friend Matt. He is like always on tour with Wicca.
Yeah.
He does like merch and shit, like just the homie. But he like was like, yo, I want to do this thing where I like record y'all like making songs and like take photos and make a zine out of it.
Yeah.
So we made like a weekend out of it and recorded 4 songs, and then like 2 of the beats were Ned Arb and 2 of the beats were Fox Wedding. Okay. So the singers, it's like me, Fantasy Camp, Wicked Face, and then John Simmons. He used to sing in Balance and Composure.
Okay. Not familiar again. I love like all the name dropping though, because I feel like I can listen to this episode later and like do my research, and I'll learn about a ton of new bands.
Yeah. Balance was like huge. They're I don't know.
Yeah.
John might not like if I call them emo because he thinks they're like a rock band, but they're like an emo rock band.
Okay.
To me. And they were huge. I mean, their last tour was with like Circus Survive and like whoever. I forget what their last tour was.
Yeah.
It was I think it was like Circus Survive and Thrice, which are like huge bands, And so yeah, he kind of like Balance ended, and then he's just been like singing and shit.
Yeah.
So we just started it like after that weekend. They were like, we just like needed a name, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this shit called Misery Club.
And they're like, that's it.
Yeah, and then like Ned and Fox produced it, and like we should just keep it Ned and Fox.
Who's got the Misery Club tattoos already?
I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
Doesn't Ned have one?
Yeah, Ned, you got one, right?
On my neck.
On his
he
neck.
got it on his neck.
That's dedication.
Yeah, me and Jonah got the same one.
Yeah.
We were like on tour and just got it.
Did you and Wicca have kind of an immediate camaraderie just because of the Pennsylvania thing? He's from Scranton, right?
Yeah. And Fantasy Camp is from Wilkes-Barre, which is like right outside of Scranton.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I used to see Wicca's old band Tiger Straw. Yeah. I used to see them when I was like way younger. And I just remember like when he like left that band, like hella people were being like, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Like,
right.
Because they're a legendary band.
And I remember like hearing his crossover to the more rap centric stuff back in like 2013, 14 maybe, and being like, what is this? But this is interesting.
Yeah, I loved it. Like once I like people were like, I don't really get it. I'm like, shit. This shit is fucking hard.
It was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
so did you start reaching out to him, or how did you guys meet? Like,
we met because Filthy from Working on Dying sent him some of my like a tape that I never even dropped. Me and like Working on Dying have like a tape that we never even dropped.
The lost tapes.
Yeah, just like some shit that I'll probably drop something eventually, but it's from like fucking 3 years ago at this point. But he hit up Wicca and was like, you should fuck with Zubin, blah blah blah, and then Wicca followed me on Twitter, and I was like, oh shit, fucking Wicca face. And then
so you slid in those DMs.
Yeah. So we started DMing, slid right in there.
Yeah.
And then Ned sent me a beat that was crazy, and then I was like, hey, you would probably sound sick on this song. And then that song was No Halo. That's like the first me and Wicca collab. And yeah, that shit, it's like one of my favorite songs still.
So I gotta ask, like, you strike me as this kind of anomaly of someone who's in the process of blowing up, but almost kind of seems aloof to it. Like, I think that a lot of people that are, I don't know, like, quote unquote in the know are really into your shit right now, but you seem kind of unaffected. And like most people, I think as soon as they start getting a little buzz, they're like, all right, I'm moving to LA, that's it, I'm fucking Hollywood now. Right. And I'm like, I've been trying to hit you for like 6 months, like, hey man, when are you gonna come to LA? Are you gonna be in LA soon? When are you gonna be in LA? Like, like, what is it? How, like, I don't know, like, are you just posted, like, you just like working from home and just want to like do your thing?
Yeah, I just chill, get creased every day.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I think egos are weird.
Yeah. Has it hit you yet that like it's starting to catch on?
I guess like I'm more aware of like people fucking with shit. But I don't know. I just want to hang out. Yeah. With the bros. Chill.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not really pressed. I don't know. I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I look forward to hearing more because like I said, I really love your music. I'm very excited to finally sit down with you. I am excited when you come to LA in October, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be there next month.
Yeah, that'll be sick. Like, I'm excited. Hopefully you got some shows. I would love to see you perform live. But yeah, I can't recommend the Misery tape more. It's so great. Go listen to it on Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to your music. Zubin, tell the people where to find you online.
I think all of my shit is just like
at Lil Zubin.
Yeah, at LILZUBIN.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, go listen to his tapes wherever you listen to music. It's fantastic. It'll be worth your time. My name is Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition. You can follow me at It's Intuition. And this was You Feel Me, brought to you by Skullcandy. Follow them and listen after the show for some discounts. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to You Feel Me. If you want to hear more, go to skullcandy.com/music. Want a pair of headphones like the ones we used for today's episode? As a special thanks to our listeners, we're giving you 30% off your next Skullcandy order with the promo code MUSICYOUCANFEEL. That's MUSICYOUCANFEEL. Subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app now to stay up to date on our latest episodes.